Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody is listening to me. Myself, Mukta, your science subject teacher. Today, I start with chapter 1 Parts of a Plant and Their Function. But before I start the chapter, let us recall what we have learned in our earlier classes about plant. What are the plants and why plants are necessary for all of us? A plant is living thing that grow in the earth and has a stem, leaf and roots. Plants are producer also which make their food on their own. They play a very important role in food chain because they are primary producer. Plants are really important for all living beings. Plants are beneficial to both animals and human beings. They absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. The oxygen which plant release is used by human and other animal need to breathe. Oxygen which plant produce is crucial for survival of living organism. Now we are going to start our first chapter, part of a plant and their function. Part of a plant. Different part of a plant work together and grow. The two main parts of a plant are roots and shoots. The shoots grow upward and the roots grow downward. The shoot has stem, branch, leaf, bud, flower and fruits. Now we are going to start with the part of a plant. That first part of a plant is root system. Root system is the part of a plant that grow below the ground is called root or root system. We have learned that roots are usually found inside the soil. It is not green in color but performs several important functions as we can observe in the picture also. Roots are of two kinds, tap roots and fibrous root. First one is tap root. The main root which grow in the middle from the base of the plant is called taproot. Smaller roots called lateral roots grow out from the main root. The main taproot is thicker than the lateral root. The tip of the main root is covered by thimble-shaped root cap which protect it from damage caused by the soil particle. The example of the taproots are radish, pea, rose, mustard, etc. Second one is fibrous root. A number of same thickness which grow out from the base of the stem in a cluster are called fibrous root. Each one of these root branch of further. Root of marigold, grass are the example of fibrous root. In both type of roots, there are very fine hair-like structure called hair root. Water and other nutrients are readily to absorb by the root hair. Now let us see the function of the root. Root hold the plant firmly in the soil, whether they are hairy root of a grass or thick root of some trees. Root hold soil and prevent it being washed away by water and wind. Plants prepare their own food with the help of water, mineral and salt from the ground. It is the root that absorb water and minerals in the soil and passes them to the stem. The stem carries to the leaf. Plants adapt themselves to their surrounding. Plant in dry area or desert develop the wrong root that go deep down in search of water. Some plants of a root such as carrot, beetroot and radish store extra food in their root. Root hold the topsoil from being washed away it. Shoot system. Shoot system of a plant that grow above the ground. It consists of stem, leaf, flower and fruits. The different part of a shoot system are discussed below. Let us start the first part of a shoot system, that is stem. This stem is the central and the main axis of a plant body. All other part of a shoot system like leaf, flower, buds, fruit arises from the stem. The stem remains soft and green in its earliest stage of development. It remains as such in herbs in shrubs and become woody later on. And in the tree, stamp become very thick, hard and woody. The woody stamp is covered by bark which give it protection. The stamp consists of following parts like node, internode, axil and bud. The stamp is the main part of a shoot system. It supports branch, leaf, bud, flower and fruits. The stamp holds the plant upright. The stamp has a hollow tube through which it carries water, mineral and salt from the roots to the leaf where food is produced. Again it is stamp that carry the food prepared by the leaf to other part of a plant. It is thus like two-way highway, it carry material both ways. Some plant such as sugarcane, ginger and potato store the extra food in their stamp. Potato and gingers are modified underground stamp called tuber. Stamp can be hard such as trunk of a mango or soft such as banana plant or a tulsi plant. Stamp are also two types, climbers and creepers. Some climbers have coiled spring-like part called tendrils to hold on support. Some example of climber are money plants, cucumber, grapevine, etc. They all wrap themselves around the support. And the second one is creeper. Creepers such as watermelon plant and pumpkin, which have weak stem that cannot carry the heavy fruit they bear. These plants trail on the ground as you can see in the picture. Leaf. Leaf are found in different shapes, sizes, thickness and growth pattern. Leaf is a flattened green color structure which arises from the node of a stamp and its branches. The green color of the leaf is due to presence of substance called chlorophyll. Leaf is the most important part of a shoot system. It is usually green in color. Leaf can be tiny, such as termite leaf, or it can be big, as a banana plant leaf. The leaf has the cylinder stamp or stalk which attached to the leaf to the branch is called petiole. The flat part of a leaf is called leaf blade. When you observe a leaf carefully, you will find some lines running across the lower surface of the leaf. These lines are called tubes called vein, which carry water and minerals to the leaf. A thin tube running through the middle of the leaf is called midvein. Many small veins arising from the main veins called side vein. The leaf has a green substance called chlorophyll. The leaf also has a central vein and other tiny veins. Water and minerals are carried through the veins with the help of a sunlight and carbon dioxide present in the air and chlorophyll. The leaf prepare a kind of a starch. This process is called photosynthesis. This takes during only the daytime, as we all know that plant needs sunlight to prepare food. Plant also breathe in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide as we do. During photosynthesis, plants do opposite too. They take carbon dioxide and give out oxygen we need. Plant does also purify the airing during the daytime. The leaf have a tiny pores called stomata. Stomata is a pore found in epidermis of a leaf through which they breathe and facilitate the gases exchange. Stomata control the water loss by the opening and closing. They allow water vapor and oxygen out of the leaf and carbon dioxide into the leaf. The leaves are like a food factory where food is prepared for the plant. Now let us see the function of a leaf. Leaf make the food for the plants. Leaf is the kitchen and a food factory of a plant. Leaf give out oxygen. Oxygen, as we all know, is essential for the life. We need oxygen for breathing. Leaf of some plant like cabbage, methi store the extra food in their leaf. Flower. We see different type of flower around us. Flowers come in many shapes, size and colors. Some flowers have sweet smell. Flowers grow from the bud on the stem. Flower has four main parts: sepal, petal, stamen, pistil. The flower is attached to the tip of the stem. Now let us see the parts of a flower. A flower consists of the following parts. First one is staple. Staple are the outermost green leaf-like structure of a flower. They protect the flower in the bud stage. Second one is petal. Petal are the colorful part of a flower. They attract insect for the process of pollination. Some petal are sweet smelling. Then third part is stamen. Stamen is the part of a flower. It is made up of filament and anther. Anther is the part of a stamen that produce and contain the pollen grain. Pollen grain are powder-like substance which represent the male cell. Then filament. Filament is the stalk on which anther is present. Then fourth part of a flower is pistil. Pistil is the female part of a flower. It is made up of stigma, style and ovary. Stigma is a sticky bulb that you see in the center of the flower. It is the part of a pistil which receive the pollen grain. Then second one is style. Style is a long stalk which connect to the stigma to the ovary. Then ovary is the basal swallow part of a pistil. It is the part of a plant that has ovule inside it. Each ovule contains the female reproductive cell. The ovary turn into the fruits and ovules from the seeds. Now let us see the function of the flower. The main function of the flower is reproduction. The flower attract insect by their bright color and sweet smell. The flower of Rafflesia attract flies by its bad smell. The insect help in pollination. When they sit on the flower, the pollen dust fall on the pistil and fertilize it. Most flowers grow into the fruits. Fruits contain seed from which new plant can grow. Some plants such as cauliflower store extra food in the flower. Some flowers are used to make a perfume and medicine. Flowers are also used in temple and homes. Fruit. The carpel found inside the flower turn into the fruits. The fruits primarily contain two parts, the pericarp and the seed. Pericarp. It is the actually outer wall of the ovary from which the fruit develop. The pericarp has three layers, exocarp, mesocarp and endocarp. Now let us see first exocarp. The exocarp is the outermost layer of pericarp that form the skin. Then mesocarp. It is the thick, fleshy and juicy middle layer of pericarp. And last one is endocarp. It is the innermost layer of the fruit which often develop into the pith. Fruits come in many shapes, size and color. Example are apple, grapes, banana and mango. Now let us see the function of the fruits. Fruits have two main functions. Fruits protect the seed that are found inside them. Fruit have one seed or many seeds. Some fruits such as mango have only one seed. Apple and orange have many seeds. Fruit also act as a storehouse of extra food prepared by the plant. Seed. Most of the fruit have seeds. Seeds are different shape, color and in size. A seed is the part of a flower from which a new plant grows. The fleshy or hard part of a fruit protect the seeds till they are mature. When the fruit ripens, it falls to the ground and gets squashed. The seeds come in contact with the soil and new plant grow. Mature seeds can grow into a new plant only if they have proper condition to germinate. That is called they start sprouting. Now germination of seed. A seed contain a baby plant. A seed needs soil, water, air and sunlight to grow into a new plant. The process of Growth of a new plant from a seed is called a germination.